I low-key think I did something wrong, but there's like a really big
Oh.
Hello, my name is Grace, and today I learned how to crochet from Monte Vista Crochet Club's co-president, Annelise Gorts. As we crocheted, we talked about her journey with the hobby.
I started crocheting during quarantine because I had like a bunch of these like random craft kits because I was really bored. But it never stuck the first time I tried because I struggled, like, reading the manuals they give you, like, they're really hard to interpret and everything.
I know, like, online I've seen a lot of people talk about how difficult patterns are to use. Is that, like...
Yeah, patterns are really like, especially written patterns. I feel like they get really confusing because there's a lot of abbreviations, like, single crochet, I think, becomes SC, and like half double HDC, and so like it's like, and there's a lot of different stitches, so it gets confusing. I think it's better once you like know everything, but if you're starting out, like, it's like really overwhelming. So like I'd see a lot of those abbreviations starting out and be like, what is that? Like, and for Christmas, my brother, I made him a little Demogorgon, like from Stranger Things, because he was like really into it, and like a lot of the patterns I saw online, they did not work. And I'd made stuffed animals before, so like I kind of like, for the body I kind of found it intuitive. I kind of just did what I've done before. And then for the face it was a little bit harder because it's like this plant, and so I kind of like tried to find some granny square ones, but they were like, all the videos were in like German and Italian. I was like, so I can't understand this. And so I kind of had to troubleshoot there. It was like probably a little bit uneven in some areas, but like that's bound to happen. I can't say that I'm the most even crocheter. Like, we all make mistakes.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a favorite part about crocheting?
Yeah, this is really specific, but I really like when I'm making blankets and they just get long enough that while I'm crocheting them, it's also covering me and keeping me warm. And like, especially in like the fall or the winter time, like when it's cold and like you're watching something or you have like a mug of something and you're like just sipping a warm beverage, like crocheting, and it's like covering you, and it's relaxing.
Deep into our conversation, I realized I had messed up and asked Annelise for help. While assisting me, Annelise told me about how
so
difficult
tedious,
crochet can be.
And it takes so long, and sometimes your yarn breaks on you. It's just, it's rough. It's really, it's a rough medium, like, and you know, you can be halfway through your project and you think everything's going great, but then you notice it's crooked. And then you have to like go back, pull it through and go back, or you just have to live with it. And it's like, you can't always fully control your results. I guess, unless you're like...
Do you have any tips for people who are like beginners or they're interested in starting crochet?
Yeah. Learn visually. I think it's the biggest thing. Like, you can try to read a pattern and you can try to read how to do the different stitches, but you're not going to learn unless you see someone else doing it. Because, I don't know, I guess there are people who learn that way, but like, it's just so complicated, and there's so many different ways to like hold the yarn and hold your hand and hold your hook. So like, if you talk to other people too, like, it's helpful because they'll tell you something different each time. Like, the way I taught you how to make a slip knot is not the way someone else might make a slip knot. Like, there are multiple ways to do everything. So like, talking to other people and like seeing it from other perspectives, like, might trigger something in you. Like,
Do you think you've learned any life lessons from crochet? Anything really deep?
be patient. I think that's the biggest thing. Patience is a virtue, because you're not going to go anywhere in crochet if you're not patient. Like, you have to be willing to wait it out for the final project. You have to be willing to put in the time and the effort and be willing to count the stitches and do all the tedious stuff to see results. And you have to be patient with learning too. You're not going to learn like immediately. So yeah, patience is virtue. I think that's